To today's live stream. I think probably you got more of a gormless introduction today than you normally do on this because I couldn't find the button. I've only been doing this for the best part of like 2 years, but you know, I couldn't find the button, so here we are. So I apologize for that. And how is everybody today? It is amazing, amazing, amazing to see you. And let me just make sure we've got everything set up correctly. Apparently there might be some buffering, so I'm just going to sort that out, and then I think we're good to go. So, how is everyone today? How's everyone Saturday? What are we doing? What are we drinking? How's it all going? For me, it's been a little bit of a manic day. I did just very admin heavy, but that's not a bad thing. I've got it all done now, which is kind of good. It's refreshing. It makes me feel like, you know, we can get into the weekend. Everything's done. All the admin's covered off, and I've got lots of exciting updates to share with you guys around launches and just other exciting things, which we'll come on to later on in today's live stream, I'm sure. Now, let's start with a few hellos and all that good stuff. So, Janessa, Katharina, both watching on Replay Squad. So, sending you lots and lots of love, and lots of love to anyone that is catching us on replay too. Irene, great to see you, my love. Wonderful to have you here. Rita, JM, Evie, Tanya, Christina, all amazing to have you. We've got Iraglobe, Pinja, Amy, we've got Melenthia, Sane, so many of you guys. We've got some regular people and some newbies, so welcome one and all. Sound off in the comments, is this your first time at one of these live streams? We've got over 700 new Mad About Skin family members this week, so lots of you guys might be new to the channel or whatever. Is this your first live stream? If so, let me know in the chat. A couple of the bits of housekeeping I guess we'll go through first. So, first and foremost, I go through all of the comments in the order that they come in. So, there is no need to ask the question twice or anything. I'll get through it. I just want to do it in order so everyone gets a fair chance at having their question answered. So, yeah, just be patient. I'll promise I'll get round to you as soon as possible. If for whatever reason I do miss your comment, just, you know, let me know in the comment section below and I'll promise I'll get back to you. In terms of how this works, literally ask me anything. Skincare, just ask me whatever you want to know. Whatever you want to know, throw it in those comment sections, and all I ask for in return is a quick like. I always say, like, I always stress, I don't measure my value, my worth in life based on the number of likes I get. That would never be a good thing, but unfortunately YouTube still does. So the more likes the video gets, the more widely it's pushed out. And because around 70 to 80% of people watch these live streams on replay, it's just a really great way of supporting me in the channel. So for everyone that does always click that like button, thank you so much. I know I say it all the time, but it does genuinely mean the world to me. So, should we start? So, how's my week been? I always start with that. What's going on? Lots of good stuff. I'm feeling quite inspired at the moment. Lots of really good, like, content ideas. Well, I think they're good. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Flooding into my brain. So, I've been filming quite a lot this week, which has been really good fun. The weather here in the UK has been ridiculously summery and warm. I'm not complaining. We get very little sunny weather here in the UK. So, when the sun does shine, always good. It's been like 20, I think it got up to like 24 degrees here, which is so warm for the UK, and honestly, I loved it. I loved it. I live quite close to the beach, so walking the dog at the beach was amazing. Took lots of time to kind of do that, which, you know, whilst I had a lot of admin and a lot of stuff to do, sometimes just taking a breather, taking a break out of it was kind of what was needed. So yeah, totally love that, and I have some exciting updates. Should we do the updates on products now, or should we wait till later in the video? Let's do them now. I finally got the sign off and the official approval and everything for the lip balm and the moisturizing, the lip balm and exfoliating gel. So that is now all complete and done and ready to go. So now I just have to put the final logistics on the launch. There's something exciting that I want to announce at the same time as that launch that's just got to fall into place. But the launch is going to be in 2 weeks' time. So the official date will be announced on the Facebook group, which I will leave a comment to tomorrow on the Facebook group. If you're not already a member of that Facebook group, Tom's left links in the description box, so join us over on there. It would honestly, we'd love to have you. So yeah, I'll announce the official launch date on there tomorrow, so it's only like a couple of weeks to wait, I promise, because so many people, I know, it makes me so happy how excited all you guys are for the launch and for the new product. It makes me so happy, and I've got some quite good fun things to kind of coincide with that, which I'm really excited about. When we launched the original products, it was all very rushed, it was all very manic. That's not how I wanted to do it. I want this to be fun. I also want it to be as smooth and effective and efficient for you guys, the consumers, and that just wasn't the case with the original launch. It was all like full on, and I wanted to just take the time with this one to be a little bit more chill, to make sure everything's in order before the launch happens, so that everything just goes as smoothly as possible. So thank you so much for your patience, which honestly Means so much to me, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait to be able to share them all with you. So watch this space. Now, let's have I'll go through. We're gonna get some questions in. I've got my faithful cup of tea here. I was thinking, do I go gin and tonic? Do I go cup of tea? It's quite warm still here in the UK, which is why. Then, because I literally just woke up from a nap, a bit dazed and confused, I thought a cup of tea was in order. So I'm going to take a quick sip of this. Then we're going to go through as many questions as we can get through in the hour. And don't worry, I will get around to your question. I've determined today to be a little bit quicker than usual because I always get quite far behind. So good, loving that. So Irene says, hello everybody, I see you later. Lovely to see you, Irene. Great to have you here. Let's have a look. See, so Tom says, in need of Mad About Skin products before the upcoming launch of the Exfoliating Gel and Lip Balm, place your order at madaboutskincare.com. Don't forget to use the capital MAS family, all one word, all capitals letters, for 15% off. Top tip, who's like a saving? And we're stocked on No to Glow if you're in Europe. So if you're a European customer, you want to get it guaranteed, 0 customs, 0 VAT, then you can shop on www.notoglow.com and that will get you all of that. Yeah. Also quicker shipping times because Europe to Europe, it's always a bit quicker. So yeah, if you're in the European Union and you want to get it with like hassle-free, you can go to No to Glow. Such a great site. I love it. They also stock Geek and Gorgeous. They stock some of my favorite brands. I definitely would recommend checking them out if you're in Europe. Rita, great to see you. JM says, happy Saturday. Wonderful to have you here, my love. Evie says, hello everyone. Beautiful day here in Nebraska. Rob, hope you're doing well. I am Evie, and so good to have you here. So sending lots of love for everyone over in the States. The reminder, we always do these every single week here on Mad About Skin, these live streams on a Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time, which under normal circumstances, though our clocks go back today, whereas US clocks went back 2 weeks ago, so there might be a bit of hangover. Normally it's 6 p.m. UK time, 7 p.m. European time, which is 1 p.m. East Coast time, 10 a.m. West Coast time. Those times might be a little bit broken at the moment because our clocks actually go back tonight. Ugh, I know, losing an hour's sleep is not good, which is why I decided to have a nap, kind of just recharge the batteries before all that happens. But yeah, back to the usual times for people in the States next week. Christina, great to see you, my love. Says, I'm out drinking some beer by the Irish Sea. Such a nice weather here. I'm glad that Ireland is getting the same amazing weather that we are here in the UK. So Christina, love you so much. Iragloba says, hello lovely Mad About Skin family, another wonderful Saturday evening with you. It's great Saturday, Rob, thank you. Says, I can't wait for the exfoliating gel. I need a replacement for the Paula's Choice BHA gel. Well, I hope you'll love it. I kind of had that in mind. I wanted it to be a real blend of amazing exfoliating acids. We've got 2% glycolic, 2% lactic, 2% salicylic, and 2% kojic acid, kind of all come together for what I think is like the perfect all-round exfoliation. But let you guys be the judge of that. Only 2 weeks to wait now, so honestly, I cannot wait, and I just can't wait to be able to share with you some of the fun things, the exciting things that we've kind of got to go alongside the launch. We've got some giveaways, we've got some offers, we've got just loads of really good stuff that I can't wait to share. Pinja says, perfect, I forgot the live for a while. We'll give place to say, we gave a place to stay to a Ukrainian lady, been trying to communicate with her through Google Translate all day. Well, you know what, Google Translate is our friend. I know a lot of people are welcoming Ukrainian people that unfortunately have to flee their homeland in Ukraine into their homes. I know quite a few people here in the UK are as well. And yeah, the language barrier is a lot. But you know what? I always think, thanks to Google Translate, it's not perfect, but in times like these, I think it's welcome. And also, you know what? I think a smile kind of speaks 1,000,001 different languages. You know what? A smile and the fact that you can welcome someone into their home when they're at most need of it, you know what? I think that's communication enough. So, you know what? Thank you for opening your heart and just been such a lovely thing to do. And to anyone else that, you know, might be supporting anyone, opening your homes and supporting anyone, sending you so much love, because I think it's a really selfless thing to do, but also a thing that kind of can genuinely change people's lives. So sending you so much love. Amy says, hi Rob, I'd like to know the history of the swoop. How do you come up with it? Do you have to get a little back swing going to get the perfect swoop? Can you please demo it? The swoop. What is the swoop? Someone else asked me this the other day. I don't know what the swoop is. Do you have to get a little back swing going to get the perfect swoop? I don't know what the swoop is, but someone else did say to me, how do you get the swoop? if you guys know something I don't, I just think that maybe I live in a parallel universe. I'm quite old. Maybe I'm not down with the kids. I'm quite old. But Lenthea, great to see you. Anyway, that comment put such a chuckle on my face. Sandy says, hi, lovely people. Hope you had a great week and you're enjoying your weekend. I'm enjoying the replay squad. Just popped in to leave a like. We love that. I love how so many of you guys might not be able to stay for the live stream. Pop by, leave a like, and then join for the replay squad. That means the world to me. So thank you, each and every one of you that does like these videos. I know sometimes it can be a bit tedious, heard it been said all the time, but you know, it does really, really help me. So, and I appreciate it so much. So Sane, sending you lots and lots of love for when you're watching on replay. Emily, great to see you, my love, says, cherry blossom season is starting here on my favourite times of the year. I love cherry blossoms. Love, love, love. One of my dreams in life on like the bucket list is to go to Japan for cherry blossom, just to be able to see it. And so I know they make a full festival over there, and it's just, oh, yes, I would love, love, love to see that. So I'm incredibly jealous, Emily, and I'm sending you so much love. Amy says, hi, Rob and the gang. I was so enthusiastic last week. I asked my questions too early and they didn't appear. Do you know what? I've had this before. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, where you ask the questions before the live stream starts, then YouTube randomly deletes some of them, and I have no idea why they do that. YouTube, get your act together. I have no idea why they do that, but yes, that is a thing, so I'm sorry about that. And if you do ask your question early on, and I'm not being rude, just genuinely sometimes don't see it, because for reasons known only to YouTube, they forget to like mention them or something. I really don't know how it works or why that's the case, but yeah, I am very, very sorry to you, Amy, but I'm happy to answer your question now. So let's have a look. So it says, is it antioxidant overload to use Sea Glow by Geek and Gorgeous and Survival Zero in the same routine? Absolutely not. I don't think you can ever have too many antioxidants in your life, and you're getting the Geek and Gorgeous antioxidant benefit, but also it's vitamin C for brightening, luminosity, a little hyperpigmentation correction. So actually, I would totally recommend using the two together. I think it'll give a great result. So no, I think antioxidants are one of the few things in skincare that you can never get enough of. Let's see, just seen Tom's comment, and a big reminder to say, thank you so much to Tom, who is very kindly moderating today's live stream. You guys all know Tom. He's a true star of the show. And I wouldn't be able to do this without Tom. Honestly, he keeps me in check. He reminds me of just about everything and is genuinely so amazing doing all the moderation here. So thank you once again, Tom, for giving up his Saturday to, well, I say giving up his Saturday, gets to spend it with all us lovely people, but I do really appreciate it. Every Saturday, he comes here and helps moderate these live streams. Fortunately, you guys are some of the nicest people online. We get very little grief. We get the odd bot, but actually we find them quite funny. Do we remember Spiderbot? Who remembers Spiderbot? And then think, last week we had Gay Bitcoin Bot, which equally is good. So you know, whilst Tom does have to keep the odd person in check, I do really appreciate all his efforts. And yes, sound off. Do we remember the bots? I wonder if we'll get one today. So let's see. And also, it's freezing cold in Canada. Tom sent me pictures of it snowing outside his house, so we need to send some warm vibes too. Let's see. Christine says, Rob, I'm still drinking, but wanted to ask you. I saw one of your recent videos that the sub-Q skin has copper peptides. Is it okay to keep using it alongside my tret in the evening? This is a really good question, Christina. So yes. So sub-Q skin does have copper peptide within it. It's not your traditional copper peptides. It's a form of which is absolutely compatible with tretinoin. So it's like the one copper peptide serum that I would say you can use with tretinoin, which is why I've decided to move entirely onto sub-Q skin. Just so easy. Take the complexity out of your routine and use something that work alongside everything. And definitely sub-Q skin does that. So Christina, yes, you absolutely can continue to use it with your tret for a little bit of peptide action, a little bit of anti-aging from the tret. Great question. Megan says, happy Saturday, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. Rob, I bought the ordinary modulating glucosides. Love that. And it's working well so far. Is there anything I shouldn't pair it with? Okay, with Mad About Skin Serum. Yes, it's fine for the Mad About Skin Serum. I would just say don't use it alongside anything that is too irritating on the skin. Just because the whole point of the modulating glucosides is to calm and soothe the skin. It's not designed, you know, so there's no point using it alongside something that's super harsh, like a high strength exfoliator. I'd kind of use it in a routine that's all about the calming and the soothing, but it actually works beautifully well with all your skin care. So you don't actually have to worry. Just make sure that if you're using it to minimize irritation, that you check the other ingredients in your skincare routine to just like make sure there's zero irritation in your life. But yeah, it works beautifully with everything. One of my absolute holy grails. I keep a bottle for those days where I think I just need a little extra calm in my life. Maybe I've used an exfoliator that maybe was just a bit too strong for me. sometimes in winter I get very dry, sort of dehydrated skin that kind of borders on the itchy. I'll use that. It's just an all-round wonderful ingredient. Let's have a look. Amy says, "Hi, Christina, you're still drinking. When did you start?" I want to know that. Christina is living her best life. She's out there having enough pina coladas for all of us, and I love that. Suzanne, great to see you, my love. Sending you both so much love. Great to have you. Veronica, great to see you, my love. We've got Charlotte, chomping at the bit for the new launches. Charlotte, I know. Same here. Do you realize I'm so impatient, and the fact that I've had to wait for my own launch is literally so irritating. So I know when you guys say you're impatient, I am so impatient. I'm glad that we're in the final straight now. And I think whilst patience, they say patience is a virtue. I've never been blessed with it, but I do think, you know, for what I will want to get out of this launch is for it to be as smooth as possible for you guys, for it to be a really great Mad About Skin family experience. And whilst I love the first launch when we launched all the products originally, which I had so much fun doing that. I absolutely loved it. I was mindful that not everything worked as smoothly as I wanted it to. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. And a lot of that was because it was a little bit rushed. It was all like, right, we've promised these products, now just get them out sort of thing. And I never wanted it to be like that with this. I want us to be able to calmly shop, enjoy the products, we fully explain how they work, how to use them, and all of that good stuff, which is why, as frustrating as it is, I waited a couple of extra weeks just to get everything in order. But I am so ready for the launch now. So watch this space. Tomorrow on the Facebook group there's going to be an announcement of the exact date of the launch. I've got lots of exciting stuff to go alongside it, and it's in literally a couple of weeks. So I promise you, you won't have to wait more than a couple of weeks before you can get your hands on the products, and it just makes me so happy. And for your perseverance, for the love and support, you guys know I adore you. Sophie, great to see you, my love. So good to have you here. So yeah, Tom says, I'm hoping that Danny will pop by today. I told her that we missed her. So a lot of people have been asking about Danny. Now, Danny, DM13, for those in the know, we love Danny. Has been a fabulous friend, subscriber, and follower of the channel for what seems like years and years, and I adore her. And we reached out because we hadn't seen her on the live stream for a couple of weeks. We knew she's super busy, juggling 2 jobs. Fortunately, has come down with the dreaded you-know-what that's going around the world. So feeling a little bit... So I know Tom passed on all our love, support, and best wishes to Danny, which I'm sure we'll all echo in the comments. Just for a speedy recovery. Whilst we can't do anything about how rotten people feel, I think sometimes knowing that people are thinking of you, I think does actually really, you know, it certainly takes the edge off it, doesn't it? So I think we should all send a group collective love, hug, and a get well soon to Danny, who we adore. Patty, great to see you. Chris, I'm late today, but I made it. Patty, you still arrived before I did, so I think that makes me very late. Great to see you, my love. Suzanne says my Decim haul just got in a few weeks ago. We love a good Decim haul. I think Tom, I hope I'm not telling his secrets, but Tom put a little Decim haul on order today, and it kind of made me think, ooh, I think I need to stock up on a bit. My modulating glucosides is going to be one of the things I order, and the Sub-Q Mist. We were talking about this just before I take my tea. Sub-Q Mist. I loved it, raved about it, thought it was an amazing mist, and then I stopped using it, and I can't remember why I stopped using it. Like, there wasn't a reason I stopped using it, it was just, I don't know, maybe I found something else, I don't know, I stopped using it. And now I started using the Sub-Q Skin again and fallen back in love with it. And I thought, I wonder if the same goes for the Sub-Q Mist. I'm just really intrigued. I remember how much I love that product, so I popped one on order because I just think the two work beautifully well in combination. And so, yeah, I expect to see that on the channel a little bit. I'm going to put it back through its paces, and I can't remember why I stopped using it because I loved it so much. Veronica says, I was waiting for this video the whole week. Veronica, we love you, and thanks for joining. Fristenberg, great to see you, my love. Great to have you here. Jan says, hi, folks. How is it going? All the better for seeing you, Jan. All the better for seeing you. Amy says, it's Rob making so good tea. Amy, I'm going to take a sip of my tea. You could all say it with me. That is so good. So good. Literally. That's why I was late. Let's see. Suzanne says, hi Rob. Is it okay to use flavanone mud tomorrow morning after exfoliating with lactic acid 10% yesterday night? I patch tested it. I'm so excited to try it out. Yes, it's absolutely fine. It's not an exfoliating acid in the traditional sense, Suzanne, so it's absolutely fine. I wouldn't use it in the same routine as an exfoliator, but if you've left a little bit of time between it, you'll be absolutely fine. I think you'll absolutely love it. I adore it. It's my favorite product at the moment. supplement from Neod. So good. But I want to know what you think. Don't take my word for it. Let me know what you think. I want to hear what you guys think of any of the products, because your opinion really shapes the products I recommend on the channel and all that good stuff. So yeah, keep me posted. Jan says, tea would hit the spot right about now. I have to make some. Everyone should have some tea in their life, I think. Everybody. Sweet tea, wonderful to see you, my love. I'm sending you so much love all the way to Florida. Says, as the tea is on its way, Jan. You see, that is the mark of a, that is the mark of a good relationship, when someone can anticipate your tea needs and fulfill them. That is the mark of a good relationship. Tia, great to see you, my love. Thank you so much for joining. Pinterest having a cheeky red wine after a long day. We don't mind that. We don't mind that. Sweet Tea says, I got a lap full of cat and I'm eating candy. Honestly, does it get better than that? I don't think it does. I actually don't think it does. Sending you lots of love to your cats too. Fristenberg says, I have a headache today, so I'm spoiling myself with this live stream and some sushi. That is spoiling. I'm very sorry that you've got a headache, my love, and I hope it passes super quick. But sushi in a live stream, hopefully will make you feel just that little bit better. Mark Charlie says, nice and warm with a beer in the garden. That's good. That is good. I think this warm weather just makes, we Brits, you've got to entertain us, because we don't get a lot of good weather here in the UK. Like, if it gets above freezing, we're all like, oh, shorts on, beer in the garden. And I love that. It's the one time that I think we have this collective, so good to actually have some decent weather. So I know I've looked at all my neighbours are out there enjoying their barbecues, their beers. It's probably not warm enough to have a beer and shorts in the garden, but we're doing it because it's one of the few occasions we actually get the chance to do that. So if you're in the UK and you're also enjoying a beer in your shorts in the garden, sound off in the comments, because I'd love to hear from you. Tish, great to see you. Scott says, greetings from Southern California. Enjoy this week's peptide video. So many great options. Thank you, Scott, and thank you for everyone. That video did really well. So thank you to everybody that took the time to watch that and to give it a like and just support it. Yeah, it meant the world to me. The video this week that did ridiculously well was the copper peptides video, which I did about 2-3 weeks ago. Did okay. Like, I wanted to put that information out there because I think there's a lot of confusion around copper peptides. I know a lot of people appreciated the video and kind of the information, but it kind of just did okay. And then all of a sudden YouTube picked it up and decided to like push it out, and it's gone absolutely mad in the past couple of days, which is great. It's always nice to have a little semi-viral action in the old, well, when it relates to videos at least. So that's really good. So again, thank you so much. And if you haven't checked that copper peptide video out, pop along, check it out, leave a like. Hopefully it'll continue to grow, because I always say one of the reasons why we're adding so many new members to our Mad About Skin family at the moment is a couple of the older videos I did have just kind of taken off randomly. I don't know. There's something in the YouTube world, but I'm not complaining. And it's attracting a lot of new faces, new names, which is absolutely fantastic. Because I always say the best thing about the Mad About Skin family is we're growing all the time. We're always welcome new members. So sending lots of love to anyone that's joined in the last week. Foes Oyes, I hope I pronounced that right, says, hey, what is the best time to cleanse in regard to working out? And now, how I do, if you work out during the day, what I would always do is cleanse morning and evening. If you decide during the day to do a workout, just pack some micellar water and wipe it across the skin. Get rid of the sweat, any bacteria that's built up. Just keep everything fresh, and then just pop your sunscreen on again afterwards. You don't need to do a full skincare routine. I know some people that feel they have to do the full skincare routine. That might be too much. By that point, all of those ingredients you applied in the morning have sunk into the skin and they're doing the work. You don't need to reapply them. So I just say, if you decide to work out midday, just take a micellar water, wipe it off the skin, keep everything fresh, put your sunscreen back on, and you are good to go. No need to do the rest of the skincare routine. So yeah, cleanse before and after a workout just with some micellar water, because you don't want to be working out with makeup, sunscreen and everything on. Just cleanse, work out, cleanse again, throw your sunscreen on, and it's all good. Sumi, great to see you, my love, says, new subscriber from Dublin, sending lots and lots of love all the way to Dublin. Kitty, love you, hun, and so good to see you. Sending love to Greece, where I think I heard somewhere that the UK yesterday was as hot as it was in Greece. The only time that ever happens. The one and only time. But I did think of you when I read that. I thought, oh, I bet Kitty. I now know what sort of weather Kitty's enjoying. Which we love. Bruniel, I hope I again pronounced that right. Sending you some love. Evie says, welcome to the new family members. It's great family here. Thank you. And yes, let's say a collective welcome to anyone that's joining for the first time. All the new subscribers to the channel, we'll give them a big warm welcome like we would all of our family, and we love them all so much. Tia says, I'm confused as to layer vitamin C with copper peptides. It's absolutely fine. I would use the vitamin C first, then buffer. Use something like hyaluronic acid serum. You could use just calming and soothing serum. I use a stressless serum by Geek and Gorgeous. Then apply your copper peptides afterwards. It's just about keeping the copper peptides away from the low pH ingredients. So vitamin C, or even easier, you could change your vitamin C to use the derivative, which aren't in a low pH, and then it's absolutely fine. That's the best way to get around it. Let's have a look. See. So Kitty says, okay, Rob, I really have to ask you, do you ever see your Instagram DMs? No. In short, Kitty, no. That implies that you've sent me a DM on Instagram and I haven't seen it. So, what I will do after this video is I will go through Instagram and look at my DMs. I need to get better with Instagram. I'm not one of these social media people. I'm just not that good at it. So I will check out my Instagram DMs because I'm assuming from that comment that you have sent a DM. And I would love to hear from you. So yes, I promise I will go back and I will double check all of that stuff because I don't check my Instagram DMs way enough than I do. So yes, I will go check it. Sue says, what are your thoughts on Caudalie? Have you tried the viral Caudalie Radiance Serum? So, Caudalie. So this is a very bougie skin. Well, yeah, it is quite expensive. It's not like La Prairie price, but it's a little bit up there in price point. Here in the UK, I think it's cheaper in Europe, but I might be wrong. It went mad. This thing called Euphoria, which I think I'm not down with the kids. I think is an online thing series. I don't know. I think it's a bit like Made in Chelsea. People like faffing around a lot on telly. Is that right? I might be wrong. Anyway, this thing called Euphoria, which I might have got totally wrong because I've never seen it. Someone in there really recommended Caudalie and said this is the best thing, and they use a certain foundation for Caudalie that everyone went mad with, and how amazing it is. So you can't buy that product anymore. It's just like sold out like that. I've never been a fan of Caudalie. I think the scent puts me off. All their products smell like everyone's like grand's like wardrobe. You know what I mean? That like mothballs mixed with lavender, it's just not great. It's not a very modern, fresh scent. It doesn't really appeal to me. Now, if you like the scent of lavender and mothballs, you'll love Caudalie. It's great. Just for me, it's not great. And none of their products are that amazing. They do like a mask. They do like a clay mask that everyone's raving about at the moment. It's literally just a clay mask. I don't know why everyone's fixated on that when actually it's just a bentonite clay mask. So I haven't tried in defense to Caudalie, I haven't tried their Radiance Serum. I might pop on an odd to see what the fuss is about. But I think as a brand, I just don't like the scent of them. The packaging is a bit old for me. Just something doesn't sing, you know what I mean? And it doesn't mean it's no shade to them. If you love them, sound off in the comment section below. Have you tried Caudalie, any of their products? Do you like the scent? Is it just me that's weird? For me, it just doesn't do it, but that's personal choice. Jerry says, hi Rob, I got the Andalou glycolic mask, love it, thanks for the recommendation. I'm so glad you tried it. I love that mask. It's so good. It's pumpkin glycolic, it all just works together, and I got it for like £5, ridiculously cheap. So if you want like a pumpkin enzyme mask, don't want to pay Peter Thomas Roth prices, get that Andalou Naturals one, so good. Sweet Day, it says cats are healing jerks, purrs make it better. They do. There was a scientific study that showed that the cat's purr is at the right frequency to hit something. Basically, it is actually calming, soothing, and healing. So if in doubt, get a cat. My cats are all upstairs. I don't know why they're always upstairs. They used to be always on the live streams. They're upstairs. I have got 2 dogs sat with me right here. So both asleep and quiet, but I'll show you by the end of the video. But even Lorne, the little pup, is super asleep. It's the first time he's been quiet all day. I'm enjoying it. He says the lip balm is coming. Yes, I can't wait. I honestly can't wait to show you guys. I cannot wait. Tia says, here in Massachusetts, the weather is all over the place, hot and cold. It's been consistently warm here in the UK for the first time. Normally we're like that as well, so I feel the Massachusetts pain. Christine says, oh, I already ordered some Mad About Skin replacements, but as soon as the lip balm and peeling gel comes out, they're mine. Christine, I actually packed your order yesterday. I was writing a little note. I was like, oh, Christine, and wrote the little note. So it's on its way to you, so it should get there in the next couple of days. So thank you for your order, and I can't wait. You know what, don't worry as well, Christina, we're doing free shipping for the launch, so anyone that wants to get their hands on the cleanse and the exfoliating gel and lip balm. You can get it alongside any of the products, totally free of charge in terms of the shipping. Tanya, great to see you, my love. Great to see you. Irene says, I'm looking forward to have your complete skincare routine. Thank you, Irene. I hope everyone loves it. I've hyped this a lot because we've had a bit of an elaborate, not because I wanted to, just because of how things worked, but a bit of a long lead up to this. So I hope it lives up to the hype. I think it does, but I'll be interested to know what you guys think. Will says, you mentioned you don't think chemical exfoliating cleansers really work since it doesn't stay on the skin that long, but you still use a salicylic acid cleanser for the ink list. Will, that is quite good. The eagle-eyed amongst you will actually, and that's quite a nice way of reading to me to filth. I like that. So it's true. So I don't particularly like exfoliating cleansers because, like I say, you leave them on the skin like 60 seconds, you rinse them down the sink. Not a lot of contact time with the skin, but I will say, if you've got very sensitive skin, sometimes a chemical exfoliator in a cleanser can be a great way of getting that short contact, get some results without sensitizing. So I will caveat it with this. Salicylic acid is the one exception, and that's because scientific studies have shown that salicylic acid actually gets into the skin and gets to work the second it comes into contact. So actually, whilst you rinse the cleanser off, it will still have some lasting benefit on the skin. So salicylic acid is the one exception I make, which is why I still use the salicylic acid cleanser by the Inculist. They have actually just moved to the Revolution Skincare one, just as good. And yeah, so salicylic acid is the one exception. I should have said, well spotted, but yeah, salicylic acid works as soon as it contacts the skin, which is why it's great as a body wash or on the face. Bunny says, hi, I just want to know, is it okay to use the retinol, specifically the Inculist and the Ordinary's Gran Active 2% after using the Ordinary's AHA BHA peeling solution? I personally wouldn't. I think in the same skincare routine, too much. If you use something that's really high potency, like the Ordinary's peeling solution, I would keep it super simple in that same skincare routine. You just, within it can add some impairment to the barrier. You don't want to be piling retinol, even gentle retinols like the one you mentioned after that. I would take an off day. So on the days you use the peel, skip the retinol that night. I think your skin will be better for it. Kitty says, will the Mad About Skin products be available in any other European website? Yes. So the Mad About Skin, the new Mad About Skin products will be available, because I want it to all happen at the same time, on the Know to Glow web shop, which is ships across the EU. So yes, if you want to get your hands on it, it will absolutely be. It'll be on the website I run, the Know to Glow website. We've got a couple of other ones lined up, so watch this space. TNH, great to see you. Says, oh my god, I'm late again. Don't worry, TNH, we're glad to have you. Fashionably late is all the rage at the moment. I know I am. Mishu says, how to treat atrophic acne scars. That's quite a complex topic. I will leave some information in the description box below. That is a bit too complex to go in this video, and it's a very niche thing, so I will definitely leave some information in the description box straight after the video. TNH says, did I miss the lip balm update? You did, TNH, don't worry. Basically, stay tuned to Facebook tomorrow, where I'll be giving you an update on the exact launch date, which is going to be in about 2 weeks' time, so not long to wait now. I'm going to give you all the lowdown on what's happening, the launch date, how it's going to be launched, and all that good stuff. So you'd be in first to know over on the Facebook group. Kiss says, ooh, the time change. That will that ever stop? I hear this will be the last time we change it. Oh, should we do a little politics and current affairs? So, yes, I don't know how this is going to work, and I don't know which countries, but basically, we change the clocks forward in springtime, and we put them back in autumn. I think I've got that right around. Yes. So, I know the states do, basically everywhere in the world does this, or most countries do. Increasingly, people have stopped doing it. It's a bit of a faff. I think we all love the autumn one where we get the extra hour in bed, but nobody really likes the spring one where we lose an hour. And so there's been a lot of campaigns in a lot of countries to stop that. The EU are stopping that this year. I think this is the last time. I think it goes forward and then stays there forever. I think the EU are stopping it. We're not doing it, and I don't know why. Mainly because we've left the EU, so we don't have to. So that's that point. But also, I think sometimes we like to be different to the EU, just for difference's sake. I don't know if that is the reason. Here in the UK, we've been trying to stop it for years, like years and years and years, because it's ridiculous. It doesn't really make that much difference. It's ridiculous. However, a lot of communities in Scotland, I think in particular, quite north up, say it does really impact their quality of life if they don't do it because of the amount of lightness and darkness and all of that good stuff. So we've always kept it really for the higher northern reaches of the UK, and so we are keeping it. What I don't know is how that impacts Ireland, because obviously Ireland is split between Northern Ireland and then Ireland, and it would have 2 different time zones, which I don't think it would. I don't know what's happening with that. It's one of those complex things. We'll see. All will become clear in a day. But I do know, I think in Europe it happens and then it doesn't stop happening. It doesn't happen again, if that makes sense. It doesn't mean one thing about Ireland. Christina sloshed. She doesn't care what the clocks are doing, which we love. So Christina over in Ireland, she's enjoying too much of her wine to care possibly what the clocks are doing. Elzebel said, "Hello, my love. Wonder if you saw Lab Muffin's matter of fact video yesterday. I did. Interested in your thoughts. I thought it was great, keeping companies on their toes. So a couple of thoughts. I have thoughts. I did watch it. I watched it when it only had like 500 views, so I was quite early on that one. Which I was quite proud of because I'm always late to these things. It was actually really, really good. And I think I have two thoughts on it. Yes, keeping companies accountable is really important. I thought that video did it in a very tasteful and succinct way, which I appreciated. It was also quite fun. I think Lava Fiends, if you look at the evolution of her content from like 3 years ago to now, much more fun, much more light-hearted, and science, skincare, it should be fun, which I love. And I just think you could just really see from her presentations like how much she's enjoying the content she's creating, which is really, really nice to see. So definitely would recommend everyone check that video out. Yeah, I won't be buying anything from Matter of Fact skincare. Never appealed to me anyway. It just seems to be all about the Instagram, the look of the product, not the actual quality of the product. And when people say we scoured the earth for the best product ever, really? Did you? No. So I'm just a bit over that sort of overhyped claim. One thing I will say is obviously Lab Muffin comes at things from a very scientific basis with, PhD, chemistry, all that good stuff. Very much knows her science, knows her stuff, which is wonderful. Main reason I watch her channel. But I think sometimes some of the comments I'm like, I can forgive that. It's been a bit pedantic. Oh, I can forgive that. No one cares. That as just a science layman, I don't know anything about a lot of these things. So I think it's a mixture of when I was watching the video, I was like, yeah, that's pretty shady. Oh yeah, that's. And then one bit I was like, I'm not sure I really care about that. So it's one of those videos that's very thought provoking, and I like the way that Lab Muffin presents things because it does get you to think about it yourself rather than just taking everything as read. It's like, okay, I totally agree with that. And then sometimes I think, no. And one example is we should have the brand with the marketing like cut off half of. Was talking about retinol and put a picture of the retinol molecule and cut off half of it, and that was bad. And I was like, does anyone really know what a retinol, the scientific chemical structure of retinol looks like? No. So do we care? No. But similarly, if you're claiming to yourself to be a super scientific brand that's all about leading with science and all this stuff, really you should be getting that sort of things right. Very thought provoking. Definitely would recommend you guys check out that video because I won't be able to do it justice. But I will just say off the bat, I don't think Matter of Fact is a skincare brand I'll be buying into. Just don't seem that great. And also, using somebody else's content. I'm going to get on a rant. Because actually this links to today's video a little bit, which I'll come on to in a minute. But a little bit of a rant. Using someone's image to sell your product is not okay. Just be clear, it's just not okay. And like one of the things Lab Muffin complained about is that they were retweeting and sharing and doing sponsored content with people that were using her videos or clips of her videos or images from her videos to sell the product that she clearly wasn't in favor of. That is not okay. I put everything out here on on YouTube for the world to see. I really don't mind if brands use the content to promote. If I like their product, they can absolutely use the content I create to promote their product as long as it's a truthful representation. The only negative experience I had with that is one brand did use my image and some footage that I did to sell their product, and I wasn't talking about their product. So I'm there on this little mini clip saying, oh, this is amazing, game changing, it's wonderful, my skin is transformed, you have to run out and buy this. And it was about a totally different product. That's not okay. So I did contact them and say, yeah, this isn't okay, and they did take it down. But that sort of shady behaviour I don't like, and that's one thing Lab Muffin called out. Like, I have a great Jackson Lane are a really good brand that I love. You guys know I'm loving Jackson Lane at the moment. I talked about their Bro Mask eye gels and how much I love them. They reached out and said, Rob, we love that you love these eye masks. Do you mind if we use a snippet from that video for some of our social media work? I was like, go for it. Treat yourself. Like, I genuinely love your product. They even said, can we pay you a little bit for it? No, don't worry about it. Take it, use it, because I love your product. And so I never mind doing that, but I think it's a bit shady when people do it without asking. And that's kind of one thing that happened to Lab Muffin, which I'm not all about. So yeah, definitely would recommend you check out her video though. Now, after that little rant, I'm going to take a big sip of my tea. If you haven't already, if you could minimize the chat, click the like button, then when you maximize the chat, it takes you back to where you were so you don't miss out on anything. We're at 75 likes. I think we can get a little higher than that. Our record is 150 likes on these live streams, but I think we can get over 100, no problem at all. So if you could, reach down, gently caress that like button. I love you all so, so much. So good. Pinja says his Ukrainian refugee that he's housing, that she's housing, says It's so sweet. She made me drink a tea. That's so nice. I love it. Can we just talk about how tea is like that unifier? It doesn't matter whether you speak different languages, different cultures. Everyone loves tea, and I like to see how different cultures make tea. This is one of my big things. I watched a YouTube video on like how tea is drunk in different countries, and I was like fascinated. I kind of want to do a tea tour of the world. Valdi says hello from Winnipeg, Canada. I hope it's not cold again wherever you are. Oh, I think Winnipeg. I read somewhere is like the coldest place on earth that's inhabited by X number of people. So I feel you're chill. I feel you're chill. Fiona, great to see you, my love. Says, just saying hi. We'll catch up on replay. Fiona, great to see you. Sending you lots and lots of love. Mark says, I've been watching you for a couple of years now, and your advice has been great for my skincare. I'm mixing your suggestions with Sukin skincare. I like Sukin. It's been a great. What do you think about Sukin? I really like them. I think they're affordable. I like their aesthetic. I like the packaging. Some of their products are hit and miss, but that's the same with all brands. No brand gets it right all the time. And I just like their price point. I like... They do natural skincare, but without that natural label. I don't like the whole, when everyone's like, natural. I'm not a big fan of that. But they do it in a very tasteful way where they don't make a big thing of it, but they do really look to cut out some of the problematic ingredients in skincare and focus down on the beneficial ones. Sukin, great. I think they're an Australian brand. Definitely would recommend them. Definitely would. Suzanne says stuff in my face, so I'm enjoying the silence. Suzanne, enjoy it, my love. Enjoy it. So Ruth says, hi, I'm new to your channel and I've been watching your videos all day. Do you rate The Ordinary Buffet? Hi, Ruth. Lovely to see you. First and foremost, thank you very much for joining. We always love to have a new subscriber and member of our Mad About Skin family. So thank you very much for joining. The Ordinary Buffet. So first and foremost, I find it very weird. So we call it buffet here in the UK. Over in the States, they call it buffet. Yeah, they pronounce it differently, which I always find very confusing. Yes, I like it. I personally prefer the buffet with copper peptides because it doesn't have castor oil in. So the Ordinary Buffet is a beautiful blend of Giraline. It's got some Matrixyl in there. It's got some other hydrating peptides. It's just a nice all-round serum. But it does also contain castor oil, which if, like me, you have super oily, acne-prone skin, bit problematic, could break you out. So I say go for, if you have oily acne-prone skin, go for the buffet with copper peptides, same formulation with some copper peptides without the castor oil. And if you've got drier skin, actually the buffet might work really well for you because having that little castor oil in could really help. So yeah, I'd say it depends on your skin type as to whether it'll work for you or not, but it's a beautiful, beautiful peptide serum. So yes, I would definitely recommend it. If you want a little hack though, Ruth, if you want a little hack, buy the Ordinary Matrixyl and the Ordinary Giraline solution together. Mix a couple of drops in the palm of your hand. That gives you the same composition in terms of peptides as the buffet, but in a higher concentration. So you're getting the same peptides, but in a higher concentration. And I think it costs, buying the two separately costs about the same as the buffet. You have to mix them together in your hand, which is a bit faffy, but you get extra benefits like ultimate anti-aging. I love it. Amy says, the swoop is what you do at the beginning of all your videos. What swoop do I do? Oh, yes, I'm on it now. I'm on it. I'm on it. Yes, Amy, I know exactly what you mean now. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I started doing that. I literally no idea. No idea. I think... I don't know. Actually, I really don't know. But yes, we could all swoop together after 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why I do that. It is practice. Practice makes perfect with the swoop, in my opinion. Amy says, Rob, I alternate between Tret and copper amino isolate serum in my evening routine. My dry skin loves polyhydroxy acids, and I use the Isntree 5% PHA sleeping mask. Could I use it the night I use copper? Yes, you can. You can use the PHA by Isntree alongside your copper amino isolate serum. It's fine. Maybe just let it sink in for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then it'll kind of self-neutralize by that point anyway, and you can put the copper amino isolate serum on top. No problem at all. Something gentle like that in a really nice water-based serum, absolutely fine to use against copper amino isolate serum. But really good question. Vel says, already liked having my milk tea while watching. Oh, lovely. I'm sending you so much love. Victor says, hi, I've never heard you talk about CBD in skincare. Have you thought about its efficacy? I avoid CBD for a number of reasons. First of all, I think it went through a phase where it was just so hyped. So everyone was talking about it. It was the ultimate, and then the price went up and up. And I just thought, what am I getting for this? What am I getting for it? It became a bit of a rip-off, and there were some really good brands doing genuinely good CBD skincare, but they were overshadowed and dwarfed by the hundreds of brands that weren't. And so it turned me off, and I thought, no, this isn't for me. So I was a bit I just went away from it. I'm also not that big, without getting into the politics of all of it. The whole cannabis movement and all that. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. It's just never really appealed to me. And whilst CBD is entirely different, because in skincare it has a lot of the compounds removed from it, and it's in totally different form. Again, I think it was just characterized by the same groups that kind of went down it, so it just didn't really do anything for me. However, CBD in skincare does have some proven scientific benefits, particularly around calming and soothing the skin. So that's really nice. Some people say it's got some skin brightening qualities to it. I don't think the science is as robust with that. It all comes down to personal experience. If you have a CBD skincare product that you love, keep on using it. For me, I just feel it's a little bit overpriced and a little bit gimmicky at the moment for what I'm really looking for in my skincare, but that's not going to be the case for everyone, so just kind of bear that in mind. But yes, that was a bit of a rundown of CBD, a bit of a rant. Franz, great to see you, my love, says, hi everyone, finally made it to a live again, even though I'm a bit late. Franz, the best people are late. Honestly, I was late to my own live stream, so just saying. Franz, it is so wonderful to see you, and I'm sending you all the love in the world. Maria says, have a nice weekend, guys. Thank you, Maria, same to you. Stephanie says, hi Rob, I'm Mad About Skin family from LA, heading to Hungary in June, July for a distant cousin's wedding. Granted, the world still exists by then, Iano, fingers crossed. I'm going to stock up on Geek and Gorgeous. Oh, do. Like, Hungary has knocked it out of the park with their skincare just with Geek and Gorgeous. They do have the other brand, Oromozera. I never know how to pronounce that. That's a Hungarian brand as well. Less impressed with that. Geek and Gorgeous, stunning. Fill your bucket. I think it is available in drugstores in Hungary as well. Fill your basket. Take it all home, because actually they have really good expiry dates on Geek and Gorgeous as well. The Sea Glow doesn't work that well because obviously it's vitamin C. Everything else has some really good expiry dates, so buy in bulk. Take it home. Friends, family, stock them all up and have a wonderful wedding, Stephanie. That sounds amazing. Veronica says, Rob, how do you start your YouTube channels? Tell us a story. Oh, how did I start? I'd been meaning to start YouTube for ages and ages and ages and ages. And I just kind of always had a reason not to. Like, embarrassment was a big thing. What happens if it doesn't work and everyone sees that you put yourself out there? Kind of not feeling like I didn't have the skill set to do it. And then lockdown hit. And I was like, you know what? If I don't do it now, I am never going to do it. Like, I'm sat at home. I'm working from home. I have time on my hands. If I don't do it now, I'll never do it. And you know what? It's okay to fail. Like, in life, it's okay to fail. So I did it. My first two, I never delete any of my videos. I know a lot of YouTubers are embarrassed by their early content, so delete them. I never do, because you know what? It's all about the evolution. And I think sometimes looking back on where you started really makes you appreciate where you are now. And that's definitely been the case for me. So if you look back on any of my older videos, the editing, awful. The presentation style, dire. But you know what? I'm kind of proud of those videos because you have to do that to get here, if that makes sense. So yeah, I uploaded a video. My first video was, I think it was like an oily, acne-prone skincare routine. I did like my favourites from The Ordinary. I did that video really early on. I made some mistakes along the way. So the mistakes that I think I made most on that journey is I looked at what was doing well on YouTube in terms of like number of views and kind of copied it but put my own twist on it. That's not the right approach, because actually why would anyone watch my video on ordinary favourites when they've got loads of other people that have more views that are doing it? So I made that mistake. What I actually found was the thing that really made the difference to Growth channel was I did a review of the Pixie Glow Tonic. Again, still up, not the best review, but it's there. And I did a review of that, and that just grew and grew and grew, and it took off. And that's so many, I think over 1,000 people found the channel through that one review, and that kind of let it escalate. Getting your first 100 subscribers is the hardest. Getting the next getting 1,000 is the next hardest. And then from there, it becomes a little bit of like a tumbleweed. It gradually builds up speed, and then it kind of rolls down. And yeah, so I have Pixie Glow Tonic to thank for that. A couple of other videos that just randomly did super well was an azelaic acid video, which is actually my second video to cross the 100,000 views mark today, actually. So one of my first azelaic acid videos did really well. A video I did on KP chicken skin, it's got like 150,000 views. I don't know why. It's a terrible video. But actually the information in the video is really good, but the video and presentation terrible. But if you read the comments, so many people are like, this really worked. This is the first routine that actually worked for me. I'm like, okay, the information's good. The presentation, terrible. So yeah, I just started because I'd wanted to do it for so long and I just bit the bullet and did it. And I would say that to anyone out there that is thinking about starting a YouTube channel, get on and do it. Because honestly, that first video is the hardest. The first 100 subscribers are the hardest. Once you're over those milestones, you are plain sailing, and honestly, I would encourage it. It's been the best experience of my life. I'd encourage everyone to do it. Ruth says, hi, we're a new fan in Exeter. I went to Exeter about 2 weeks ago. Wonderful place. Wonderful, wonderful place. Fristenberg says, I have 2 questions, if that's okay. Of course it is, my love. Says, can you use the Mad About Skin serum around the eyes? Yes. And can anybody recommend a good Q10 serum? The consistency of the Mad About serum does not work for me in the morning. Great. So, a couple of questions. So, yes, you can absolutely use it around the eyes. It's designed to be super gentle. Patch test first and just be a bit, under eye skin can be a little temperamental. So, patch test and just, make sure you're on the safe side with that. But yes, once you've done that, good to go. And in terms of Q10 serum, this is a really good point. Different serums and consistencies work better for different people at different times of the day. So, it's absolutely fine. If the Mad About Skin serum doesn't work for you in the mornings, in the evenings, still getting those great benefits. And yeah, Q10, wonderful. My favorite serum Q10 serums are the Revox Pure Q10. So good. It's in an oil formulation, so if you want a little hydration and Q10 at the same time, that is like everything. I absolutely love it. I would totally recommend that. I do like the Incalist. Whilst the Incalist aren't my favourite brand at the moment, I do really like their Q10 serum. It does work. It's super affordable. So definitely would call that out. And you can get a Q10 serum in a cream form by CN, which is a brand at Lidl, which I love. I mention so much of their skincare all the time. They do a day cream with Q10 in. Literally one of the best formulations I've ever seen. If you want a super nourishing day cream, that's it. Amy says, my lip balm is running low. I wonder what I'm going to do. I wonder, Amy, what could you do? Tom said, I just have to ask you a question once. Yeah, so this is just a reminder. Anyone that does want to ask the question, I promise I will get through them all. I do go a bit slow because I want to give everyone a detailed answer. So I go through in the order in which they came. Just for the record, this jumper is so itchy. Sorry if I'm spending most of this scratching. This jumper is so itchy. So I go through the comments in the order they come in. So just ask it and be patient. I promise I'll get round to you. I just want to give everyone a full answer, which is my excuse for being super slow. So let's see. Lisa, great to see you, my love. Thank you so much for joining. And I noticed, I know you bought the serum the other day when I was packing your order, writing your note. So hopefully it arrives on Monday, and I hope you absolutely love it anyway. Kitty said, I got the sub Q miss because of Tom. Hashtag Tom made me buy it. Yeah, so hashtag Tom made me buy it today because he reminded me it existed. I was like, yes, I need that in my life. So Tom is a true influencer here. Sweet Tea said, Rob, best face mist for after lactic acid. Ooh, also looking good as always, Sam. Thank you. I thought I'd wear a bit of yellow, the sun's shining. Well, it's not now, it's actually quite dark, but it was when I started this live stream. Best face mist for after lactic acid. I love the Neod Superoxide Dismutase Mist. Calms, soothes, antioxidant, rebalances everything. It's quite bougie and expensive. So what I would actually do after lactic acid, if you get find the best like pump that you have. Any product that was in a mist, but like you finished, and boil the kettle because always sterilize the water, and then let it cool, fill it up, and just spritz with a little water. You know what? That is the easiest way to rebalance everything out without having to cost anything. I know some brands, I think La Roche-Posay, do a really good spray, like spring water spray. You don't pay that much money. You can actually create your own at home. That's something that I've started doing a bit more. Let's be honest, budgets are a little bit tight at the moment. We're all looking to cut costs. That's not a bad way of doing it. Some people say you can put a few drops of your favorite essential oil in to bring a bit of scent to it. You can, but I'm a bit dubious about essential oils. I worry about their interaction with the skin, so I personally wouldn't do that, but some people do that and say it works quite well. If you want a pre-curated like mist that actually works, one of my absolute favorites, as you know, is the liquid hydration, which they have told me by Geek and Gorgeous will be coming back in the mist bottle soon. Also, I'm trying to think of one because I know you're in the States. I'm trying to think of one that's accessible in the States. CVS. Oh, if you can get to CVS, go to their drugstore. They do an own brand like mist. I think it's called like the calming mist. I'll leave a comment below with what it is. But yes, the CVS mist. I bought that when I was in Las Vegas last. So good. Literally, the amount of air conditioning in that hotel was criminal, and that saved my skin. So good. Lesel says, hi from Trinidad. Doing lots of love. Says, I'm using a hydroquinone prescription cream for my melasma, and your moisturizer is the only one that soothes my skin barrier. Lesel, Thank you so much. That makes me so happy. I know so many people are having great success with the Mad About Skin moisturizer, which, you know what, of all the things, when I created this line, I thought that the serum was going to be the standout performer and the cleanser and the moisturizer were going to be like good, but like the forgotten sisters of the same. Not at all. I think people have gone most mad for the moisturizer, which makes me so happy, because I just wanted to prove that you can have quality moisturizers without having to pay a lot for them. And hopefully I've been able to do that with the Mad About Skin moisturizer. So the fact that it's soothing your hydroquinone skin makes me so happy. And thank you so much for sharing that, my love. That really just makes me beam from ear to ear. And I'm sending lots of love to what I imagine is a very warm and exotic Trinidad. Not jealous at all. I am. Noodle says, hi Rob, I came to caress the like button and to say I have a row of cherry trees in my front garden which pair of birds have started to nest in, and yes, the blossom is gorgeous. How beautiful does that sound? That whole little scenario that you set up there sounds perfection. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's have a look. Amy says, Rob, thoughts on the Laneige blue hyaluronic acid? Not a big fan of Laneige. I think you have to pay a lot for it, and I'm quite cheap. And Laneige, my main problem with them is I think they're all a little bit samey. So all of the Laneige products kind of are just hyaluronic acid in a gel form. Is that just me, or am I being unfair? So I get a bit bored by Laneige as a brand, and I haven't actually tried their blue hyaluronic acid, so it might be actually really good. I might give it a try, but I personally haven't tried it yet, so I would like to comment, Amy. Have you tried it? What are your thoughts? Has anyone else tried it? I would love to know what you think. Now, we're an hour in. Oh my gosh, we've been talking for an hour. We've got half an hour to go with this live stream, so don't worry, plenty of time to get through this. I've got a cat hair that has been persistent with me the whole live stream. Sorry to share that. So I am going to answer any more of the questions that come in, so keep them coming. I'm going to have a big sip of my tea. If you haven't already, we're nearly at 100 likes. We're 6 away from 100 likes. I think we can get there before the end of the video at least. So if you haven't already, if you minimize the chat, you can go over to the like button, click it, and when you come back to maximizing the chat, it takes you back to wherever you left off, so you never miss a thing. So good. I love tea. It just makes me so happy. Oh, we have got a video after today's live stream. We have got a video. Should have told you guys about that. So let's talk SK2 Essence. Now, SK2 Essence, for those of you that haven't heard of it, it's a £149 essence that they're doing a lot of sponsored content here on YouTube at the moment. Paying, I know they reached out to me. Not interested, don't do sponsored content, but I know some people do, and they're paying a lot of influencers to promote the product. However, that's not all. It's a little bit on the shady side, so they demand the use of filters to support the product. Really? I would expect it to work without a filter for that price point. And they also make very quick claims like you can't mention the price in the video and things like that. Why? Because let's be honest, £149 is robbery. I'm not a fan of the SK2 Essence because the way that the brand really promote it, I think it's a little bit shady, a little bit disrespectful towards the consumer. I'm just not about that. The latest one was Michelle Font. I love her channel. I always watch her videos. She does predominantly makeup content, but she's also a really fantastic skincare content too. Love Michelle Font. She was one of the OG YouTubers. Love her. She recently did a sponsorship video, and it's the same thing as every single influencer. They read from a script, tell you the backstory of the product. They make the same outrageous claims. They use filters, and it's just like, no. And that was kind of the last straw. So I'm kind of talking about that in today's video and why I think, you know what, sometimes, whilst some sponsored content can be fabulous, and you know what, I never object to people taking a sponsorship. We've all got to pay the bills somehow. I think it can become a bit problematic, and SK2 and their demands are problematic. And also, there are some drugstore available dupes. So today's video is kind of talking about that and the way that, in a better way than I've just done now, how SK2 approach their promotion and the way they work with influencers, and some better drugstore dupes for the SK2 Essence. So if you guys don't want to spend £149, $200 on an essence, and who does, I've got some at the price point, exactly the same formulation, exactly the same ingredients, for £8. I've got one for £13. I've got a little bougie one for £22. So stay tuned for that, because we all love an affordable dupe, don't we? Soldier says, hello Rob, I love your videos on skincare. I have one question. Do you apply moisturizer before or after moisturizer with synthetic SPF. Oh, I would always put my moisturizer on last. That's just how I do. I like to let my, normally because I've got super oily skin, my sunscreen is my moisturizer in one. If you want to put a moisturizer on, I put it on before and then put your sunscreen on top. But great question. Tia says, when will we be doing a ceramide video? I did a ceramide video about 4 months ago. So just Google Mad About Skin ceramides. Definitely there. Actually, I quite like that video. It's good. It was good to film. I think the recommendations still very current. I would still use a lot of them anyway. So yeah, definitely would recommend. Suzanne says, I got my copper peptides. Just got my mum a new bottle for Mother's Day yesterday. Oh, you are a good daughter. My mother didn't get Neod products. No. I got some flowers. That's good. I should have got her Neod, to be fair. I should have got a Neod. That is a great Mother's Day product. And lots of love to anyone celebrating Mother's Day tomorrow. I know it's different. It's a different day all across the world. So here in the UK, it's tomorrow. So I must remember to ring Mother. So sending lots of love to all the mums out there. Tina H says, Rob, do you have any products hacks for flushing and hot skin? Yes. Azelaic acid is great for taking that redness down. So that I would recommend. My top recommendation is to you gotta just take the heat down. So put your product in the fridge, not the freezer. I've heard some people freezing it. That's too cold. Put it in the fridge, and you could just do water like that hack that I just shared. But get a nice mist, keep it in the fridge, and just spritz. It just calms and soothes. A lot of the flushing and the hot skin that we get is happening within our body. It could be hormonal, or it can be just triggers. What you need to do is kind of reset that. And some of the studies out there have actually shown that by spraying, and that shock of the cold does kind of reset stuff, but also it takes your mind off what's happening. And it's actually one of the quickest ways. I don't think I explained that very well, but there's a lot of psychological that goes alongside it. So yeah, anything cool, just spritz to the skin, and also spritz on your pressure points on your wrist, because the best way to cool yourself down is to run your wrists. Oh, I've got a bite there. Never mind, ignore that. Rub your wrists under the cold tap. Best way to cool it down. So if you are doing your mist, spritz on both the pressure points of the arm. Promise you it will make the world of difference. Top hack. Heard it here first. Noodle says, Robin Mad About's family, what is your favourite scent to wear through the year? Oh, my current favourite scent is the Face Theory Orange Blossom one. Oh, so good. My absolute favourite. I love it. It's just fresh, it's citrusy, it's totally unisex. Anybody can wear it. It's just the nicest scent. That's one that I've been loving. I do love the Aesop scent as well. It's just too pricey. It's something like £80, which is why I don't buy it that often. But I might ask for one for Christmas. But I love that. That's my current favourite scent. Eloise says, sending lots of love and your fur and feather babies. Thank you, my love. Sending lots and lots of love to you and your family too. Says, I'm late. I've been out in the garden with the rabbits and cats. Our eldest cat is in the last stages of cancer, so giving her some TLC. Oh, my love. So, give your cat the world's biggest hug from me. And I hope that, you know what, you can't do anything to change the diagnosis, but hopefully all that TLC, she'll appreciate that. And tell her that from me and all the Mad About Skin family, we're sending your cat the world's biggest love. Suzanne says, I'm lavish, so I use my copper amino isolate serum, and Mum likes the ordinary buffet and copper peptides. That's the right way around. We like that, Suzanne. A little lavish in your life, nothing wrong with that. So Suzanne says, Eloise, that sounds like a perfect Sunday in my book. We spent the time cutting branches on the farm. Oh, I'll come and help, Suzanne. I love farm life. I can come do a bit of exercise, cut some branches. If you need help, I'll come. Let's see, so Beta89 says, hi Rob, long time fan, thank you. How important is it to let your last serum fully sink in before applying the next one, assuming there's no clashing ingredients? Great question. First of all, thank you for your support, sending love. And yeah, providing there's no clash of ingredients, actually don't need to let it sink in at all. I find serums apply best onto damp skin, so put your serum on, let it sink in for, like 20 seconds till it's just like tacky on the skin. Then apply the serum on top. That'll work the best, I promise you, because water-based serums penetrate better on damp skin. So yeah, would totally recommend, providing there's no clash of ingredients. If there's a clash of ingredients, different story, but if there isn't one, you don't have to wait that long at all. 20 seconds is what I personally do. Let's see, Razorwing, great to see you, Mallet. That cat hair has been with me all the way through this live stream. I'm blaming Marcel, he's molting at the moment. Razorwing says, hello Mad About Skin family, joining you all a little late today. Razorwing, we're just glad to have you here, my love. What have you been up to? Has your weekend been absolutely amazing? I hope it has. I hope it's been filled with excitement, joy, and everything wonderful to boot. Let's see. Says Kitty says the weather just started being nice here, 20 degrees, and yes, I did send an Instagram DM, but I know how busy you are. Don't worry, Kitty. I will check it after this. Definitely. TNH says Euphoria, a proper serious TV show. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It seems to be a lot of people faffing around on screen, but I've never watched it with the volume up, so I have absolutely no idea. I might be doing it a disservice. It could be a real hard-hitting documentary, and I've just slandered it. I don't think it is. It seems just to be people faffing on TV, but I might be totally wrong. Someone explain the premise. What is Euphoria? What is it? Irene says, I have some clients that get into the swimming pool ready for the red carpet. You should see their makeup after. Yes, yes. Panderize. To be fair, we've all been there. Like, I've seen a lot of people get out. I think people take off all of their makeup and stuff before they exercise, but they always forget, like, the mascara. So, like, a friend of mine that I always go swimming with, she comes out, it's like full Panda moment, but we love it. TNH says, with Zendaya on HBO, I think I'm missing out on something here. Sweet Tea says, I use the Old Spice Night Panther swag. I love Old Spice. As I said, me and Tom talked about this the other day, actually. I love Old Spice as a scent, so good. Amy says, mothballs are lavender. I know. Corinne the Cat says, hello all, thank you all for your questions, fueling these lives, and Rob for doing that. Oh, thank you so much, my love. I like to have it on while I'm doing chores, and it makes it much more fun and stops mind overthinking. Thank you so much, and thank you for being part of our fabulous family. So we love you all so much. So let's TH says, 2 dogs, I thought you only had 1 lawn. No. Watch this space. Should I do a video on a full rundown of everybody, all my animals and stuff? I'll do a tour of the chicken coop, all of that good stuff. Let me know if you want a video. It's probably like a Facebook video, but I'm happy to do that. Kitty says, Caudalie, Nui, and Daphne, overpriced, overfragrance for me. I prefer Bioderma and La Roche-Posay and Urage. Yeah, I think if you're shopping French pharmacy skincare, Bioderma is where it's at. I do agree. I actually like the Nux Nui lip balm. That one thing, but Daphne, Caudalie, yeah, it's a bit overpriced. Let's have a look. Let's see. J Van says P20 sunscreen actually good. It used to be my go-to. It used to be my literal holy grail sunscreen, except the reason I stopped using it was I used the was it the P20? Yeah, the P20. In like the bottle where you like dispense it, but like an essence, and it comes out quite watery. And I went to Mexico with a friend, and I burned. No one should get sunburn, just putting it out there. I burned before I went because I used a tanning bed before I went. Again, please nobody use tanning beds. This story was a hot mess. Basically, I was on some tablets that made me photosensitive, didn't really went on a tanning bed, burnt to a crisp, even though I went on for like 5 minutes. Never do that. Basically, oh wait, we've got some buffering going. Let me just stop that. Yeah, fab, the internet's back. So yeah, never do that. Never go on tanning beds. Read the instructions of your medication, and yes, do all of that good stuff. So I burned. So I went on holiday and wrapped up in t-shirt and towels and everything. Never saw the sun because burn on burn, not good. So when I did venture out like halfway into the holiday, I put so much sunscreen on to really be on the safe side, and I was peeling. And that P20 sunscreen burnt so much, stung so much on the peeling because it had so much alcohol in it. It kind of put me off. But it is effective, tried, tested, and proven sunscreen. I would just say I'd go for one of the cream formulations rather than one of the more watery ones because they are packed full of alcohol, which is very stingy and very drying. Suzanne said, I went to the pharmacy this week trying to find strictly mineral sunscreens, and they said they don't have one. How? Is that even possible? Do you know what? Mineral sunscreens, not a thing. Actually, genuinely not a thing in a lot of pharmacies. Really weird. I agree. It's a thing online. The reason that mineral sunscreens are more expensive than other sunscreens is because they just don't sell in the same volume that chemical sunscreens do. So the margins are much higher. So a lot of brands, you pay £2-3 more for a mineral sunscreen than you will for a chemical sunscreen, just because the demand isn't there. A lot of countries don't do mineral sunscreens at all. It's weird. You go into any like pharmacy, particularly in Europe, you'll be struggle to find a mineral sunscreen. Here in the UK, we do quite well. We have a lot of mineral sunscreens, but again, you go to the shops of like Boots, which is the big brand here, and I'd say it's like 80% chemical, 10% hybrid, 10% mineral. You don't get a lot of mineral sunscreens, which I think is a shame because I'm all about choice. So yes, it is real. It is a thing. It is just odd that we don't have more choice. Kirsty says, hi Rob, have you clogged watch out for the Mad About Skin mineral sunscreen launching this year? Shameful plug. Kirsty says, hi Rob, I've clogged pores in my nose, tell me about it, and I use salicylic acid most days and tretinoin, and am I using too much? No. Just be careful with your tretinoin, and with the type of salicylic acid, sorry, that you use, go for something like the ordinary salicylic acid anhydrous solution. That is much more gentle, same great results, but compares better with tret in my opinion. Just be careful that you're not going for something too stripping and drying when it comes to the salicylic acid that you choose, because sometimes it's formulated with other things that can just be a bit problematic. The ordinary one, for example, works really well for a lot of people, but is super stripping and super drying. So I would just... yeah, I just say be careful with the salicylic acid. Obviously, tret, keep with doing what you're doing, and just be a bit mindful of the salicylic acid that you are using, and just make sure that it's not going to be too stripping and drying on the skin. Let's have a look. J-Van says, I use salicylic acid in the morning, but I was wondering if I could cleanse with a foaming cleanser at night. Is that okay? Yeah, it's absolutely fine. If it's when people say, is that going to be too stripping? It depends on your skin type. If you don't have particularly dryness prone skin, I think a nice foaming cleanser in the evening could be a really great option, as well as in the morning. If you have a dry skin type, probably won't recommend that. So it all comes down to what your individual skin can tolerate. So kind of listen to what your skin, try it, listen to what your skin's saying and how it responds. Now, we have 15 minutes left of this live stream, so don't worry, I've got plenty of time to catch up with all these questions. So if you haven't already, if you could minimize the chat, gently press that like button, and then maximize chat, takes you back to where you are. And I'm here to say, if you haven't already joined our fabulous Mad About Skin family, hopefully this live stream will have convinced you. We're a fantastic group of people, and we're always looking for new members. So if you're down there, click that subscribe button too if you haven't already. For the last time today, so good. Now TNH says, oh my god Rob, my lips are too crusty to wait 2 weeks. I promise TNH, I'm speeding it up as quickly as possible, but don't worry, like one swipe of the Mad About Skin lip balm, I promise you your lips will be like heaven. Promise. Let's see. Emily says, I sing sometimes when hiking to keep the bears away. Might keep the other people away too long. I like that, Emily. I think that's a good idea. I'm sure I love your singing. Let's see. TNH says, Suzanne says, TNH, I'm digging out my remaining lip balm, waiting for the Mad About Skin drop. Can't wait to get my hands on it. I can't wait to share it with you guys. And hopefully a lot of the price is going to be really quite, hopefully you'll be impressed with the price point, because I think lip balm is something you should want to buy multiple of, one in the handbag, one in the bathroom, and all that good stuff. So hopefully you'll be impressed with the price when it launches as well. I can't wait to share it with you. Let's see. So Pinger says, I was probably trying to pet a bear. I'd love to pet a bear, but I don't think they'd want to be pet. I definitely don't think they would. Kirsten, I've done that thing where I always do that, where the comments have all gone out of order. Let me just get back to where we were. Bear with. There we are. Kirsten says, oh my gosh, Rob, help. Jeez, I woke up this morning, really bad rash over my face. I cried and cried. I have no Facebook or anything. Please, because you're the only thing. So, the only thing I think is the Boots Pineapple Mask I used the other night. Did you... Usually, if you have a rash or a reaction to something, it happens fairly immediately after. If it's been like a couple of nights, it might not be. I would say, if that's, did you patch test it? If you didn't, don't worry, no judgment. I always say patch test, and then I always forget. Patch test it on another part of the body, like on the wrist, and that will help you eliminate it. Basically, patch test all the things that you've used in your skincare routine. Patch test it on a section of the body, just a small amount, and see what reacts and what doesn't, because that'll help you identify what it is. Don't panic, don't forget. I know when we get a rash, it's awful. Don't worry about it. Just take it back to basics for a couple of days. Just do a cleanse and a sunscreen. Just keep it super simple, and then rebuild from there, and you'll be absolutely fine. But I know when you wake up and something happens, it's happened to each and every one of us. It's part of the skincare journey. I'm sorry it's happened. Just patch test all the products that you use on a discrete part of the body and see what happened and what doesn't react, and that'll help you to eliminate the problem product. But Kirsten, I'm sending you so much love and hugs, and I love you so much. And also, as Tom says, the La Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm, which is like the best healing ointment in the world ever, solves it like that. You can get it at Boots. It's like £5. So good. It's in a little tube. Just slather it on the skin. You'll wake up and the rash will be gone. Promise you. Let's see. Let's see. Skylark says, please give me a rundown of what orders to use products. Can't really do that because I don't know what products you're looking to incorporate. So if you let me know what products, I can help you out there. But yeah, if you just let me know what products you're looking to incorporate in your skincare routine, I can give you some hints, tips, and the order to put them in. Pinger says, we have there. Let me just get through these cards. Yeah, so like Tom says, the Roche-Posay Cicaplast Balm, so good. I'm going to skim through some comments to try and get to like because I realise I'm way behind, so I'm going to try and speed things up to just get as many of these done as possible. Let's see. Franz said, there's a good Eco Well post podcast episode on CBD and skincare. Highly recommend it. Franz, yeah, you always come up with the best recommendations. I'm going to make a note of that. I always watch these live streams back to remember what I actually promised everyone I do. So I will check on that Eco Well podcast. I've never heard of that podcast, but I'm always interested in the CBD. I kind of want to know a little bit more about it. Now I think the hype's died down and we're more like rational about it. I kind of want to know a little bit more about it, how it works and all that good stuff. So I will definitely check that out. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Suzanne also recommended Cicaplast Balm. Kirsten, definitely. Stephanie says, I forgot, but can you use peptides with retinoids? You can. Just copper peptides you've got to be a bit careful with. All of the peptides, absolutely fine. Calculated Spaces says, I love the peptide dives. Thank you. I adore the Ordinary Azure line. I use the Timeless Q10 with Matrixyl 3000. Love that product. What's your opinion on Matrixyl's Synthes 6? I know the peptides functions are different. It's slightly different. I think sometimes it's there to overcomplicate things. This is my kind of view. I think it's a fine product. It's a fine ingredient. I think sometimes we complicate things. For me, the best peptide combination is the Ordinary Azure line and the Ordinary Matrixyl. It does it all. It's not complicated. It's super affordable. Though I do like the Timeless Q10 with Matrixyl. A really good product. Java says, is the stream delayed? No, it shouldn't be. It should be just on. Sometimes I'm way behind with the comments though, if that's what you mean. Susanna says, we're all grateful you started YouTube, Rob. Look at what the family created. Thank you, Susanna. Thank you for all. I wouldn't be here without the love and support from you guys. I say it all the time, but I genuinely mean it. Honestly, I wake up every morning so grateful and appreciative for each and every one of you. Len says, hi Rob, how are you? How are you able to test so many products, specifically actives, while using retinoids? I'm on Tret and I want to incorporate AHAs, but we don't want to use them. Yeah, love your videos, by the way. First of all, thank you, Len. Love it. Yeah, how does... There's a couple of things. I've been on Tret for a long time, so my skin tolerates quite a lot. I actually don't test that many products. I think sometimes, because I've got like coming up to 1,000 videos, people think, oh my god, you've tried so many, but that's over a 2-year period. I actually don't try that many products. A lot of the time, my recommendations are the same ones time and time again, because I think, whilst some people read me to filth for being repetitive, I actually think the best skincare is the one that you use consistently in the long term to get the best results. So I'm never afraid to recommend the same products over and over again if they work for me. I don't actually mix things up that much. I think when it comes to Tret, incorporate that first, get that over with, get it successfully incorporated. Then you can gradually introduce other things on top. But I'd see it over like a 6-month period, because Tret can really mess with your skin barrier at first. But I actually don't try that many different products. I also am quite, when I get sent products, I will share them around friends and family. I'll get them to test them and then give me the feedback. So I do share across products. And I think that's the best way to do it, because you know what? My skin is oily, acne prone. A product that's designed for dry skin isn't going to work the same on me as it would with someone that it's actually targeted towards. So I'll give it to a friend that has a drier skin type, get them to use it, what their thoughts and feelings. So that's one way I am able to test more products than I would physically be able to on my own face. Let's see. Pinja says, you've grown so much since the beginning. I wanted to watch the first ever, but you said, welcome back to Mad About Skin. So I'm not sure if it's actually the first one. You know what? That's a really good spot, and it was the first one, because the first video I did, I never uploaded because it was so bad. It was so bad. So the first video on YouTube is the first video I ever uploaded. There was one video before that, I can't remember what it was now. Not good, so bad, so I never actually uploaded it. So when I say welcome back to Mad About Skins, because I bulk filmed like 3 videos, and the first one obviously I didn't say that, but that is very keenly spotted. So yeah, if you order my videos based in date order, the first one is genuinely the first one. Amy says, Rob, we don't call it chicken skin anymore. We don't call keratosis pilaris chicken skin, because I have chickens and they have beautiful skin. We'll just call it bumps. Just call it bumps. Michelle says, I like the Ink This Q10, really good product. Vivian, great to see you, my love, says, is ceramides worth it? Because I'm on the fence about ceramides. I was planning to get the Ileune. However, the ratio of ceramides is important for the effectiveness. Yes, so if you look at any of the studies into ceramides, there needs to be a mix of the right proportions of ceramides to lipids to fatty acids. So you have to have that right balance and cholesterols to really make it penetrate and actually do anything in the skin. So a lot of ceramide creams don't have that balance right, but that doesn't mean that they're not working at all. So Ceramide's in a cream, richly nourishing and can be really hydrating. If you want the barrier support and barrier building element of it, you have to have the ratio right. So ceramides actually are worth it if you're looking for hydration. If you're looking for something that's going to boost the barrier and kind of repair barrier function, I think you need to go for one of the more higher end, more specific formulated ones. But ceramides do definitely, even with the wrong ratios, still give a really nice moisturizing and hydration to the skin. And I actually really like the Ilium one. So he says, Rob, why is it, if Azuralide is such an effective ingredient, that more products don't include it? Good point. And you do see some more. Some of it was to do with the trademark, which only recently ran out. So that had some element to it, because it was protected until then. You do actually see a lot of people. It's usually called Peptide 8. A lot of people don't call it Azuralide. So, for example, it's in the Mad About Skin serum. I didn't call it Azuralide. That's because it's trademarked, so you have to buy the right to use the name. That's the first thing. But also, if you're not making it like the standout ingredient, kind of doesn't need to be. So it's in more than you think, but it's not often talked about because you have to pay to use the trademark, which not everyone wants to do. And if it's not the star ingredient, it's fine. But yes, it's around more than you think. But I think I'd love to see it in even more products. Raccoon says, suggestion, cut the live stream into clips. I'll provide timestamps. I rarely watch 1 hour long videos, know what to get. So YouTube should auto-generate timestamps for videos. It's quite difficult in a live stream because you're not really talking about set topics, if that makes sense. Like a video is easy to break down into like 3 different sections. A live stream isn't, because we're going off on a lot of tangents. It's not really possible, unfortunately. But I just appreciate any amount that you want to watch, my love. And we're here. It's all recorded and there for posterity, so people can dip in and out as much as they want. Suzanne says, how do you still have light outside? It's only an hour ahead and it's been dark for a couple of hours. Yeah, it's just got dark here. Literally just got dark here. I don't know. Maybe we're lucky in the UK. Vivian says, plus the Ilium ceramide cream doesn't disclose the percentage of ceramides. Yeah, if you're keen on ceramides and the percentages, you kind of need to know. And I think it is a little bit... I think brands don't have to disclose percentages on their products. They absolutely don't need to. I wish more did, and I wish Ilium did, if I'm honest. Let's see. Let's have a look. TNH says, I used to love the SK2 essence when I was younger. Not gonna lie, if I had the money, I would use the essence. But I love Shady T video. TNH, hopefully you like the video. I think I did my research for it. I don't think there's anything wrong with the SK2 essence. And I always say, if it works for you, continue to use it. But I just think, why do I pay £149 when I could pay £19? Oh, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Let's have a look. Franz is on it. Franz, this is why I love you, said, yeah, just saw the question about Azuralide. It's included in many other products. You'll find it as acetyl hexapeptide 8 on the ingredient list. Good point. We love you. Love you, Franz. Suzanne said, Misha Time Revolution essence was lovely and luckily not nearly as pricey. That is a really good dupe for the SK2 facial treatment essence. Amy says, how dare Hiram post a video during Rob's live? How dare it? How? This is the thing, there's always so much choice on YouTube. This is the thing, you're never stuck for content to watch on YouTube. Let's see. So Kirsten says, I just looked on the mirror in the morning and cried. So Kirsten, hopefully the rush, it will clear itself up. It's only ever going to be temporary. Fingers crossed it will clear itself up, and I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Let's have a look. Joelle says, Pin just says, I confess I don't subscribe to Hiram. I'm too old. I felt like that. Sometimes I feel like I'm the oldie in the skincare world, which I shouldn't be, but I think I'm the oldest, probably one of the oldest skincare content creators, which says a lot for the community because I am not old. Don't worry, I'm not reading myself. I'm not old. Age is just a number anyway, but definitely on the older side. Joelle says, hi Rob, question, does Survival Zero have enough pycnogenol in it, or should I use the pycnogenol with it? Well, this is a good point. You can absolutely use, I don't know why it's so high pitched there, it's just the excitement of talking antioxidants. You can absolutely use pycnogenol alongside it, but the concentration of pycnogenol in the Survival Zero is the same as within the ordinary pycnogenol. So you could use it for a little extra boost, but it's all there in the Survival Zero. So yeah, definitely would recommend Survival Zero on its own, everything you need. Christine says, guys and girls, I'm officially drunk. I've been falling asleep with 4 layers of sunscreen on tonight. Christina, that is why we love you. Iconic to the bitter drunken end is our Christina, and we love you for it. We love you for it. Now, we've got 4 minutes left of this live stream, so I'm going to get through as many comments as I can do in that time. All I ask in return is, if you haven't already, last chance to caress that like button. If you minimize the chat, takes you over to, go over to the like button, click it, and then when you come back to the chat, it'll be back to where you left off, so you don't miss anything out at all. I will get through as many questions as possible, and then we're going to move straight straight on to today's video, which is on the SK2 Essence. So some of the shady things they've been doing with influencers who I think should know better. But we'll see. Watch the video, make your own mind upon it. But I've got some really affordable dupes. That essence is game-changingly good, but you don't need to pay £149 to get it. You can get some really affordable options, which I want to share with you. So let's just go through and answer as many questions as possible. Let's see. Tina says, I've lost where I am. Do you know it all falls apart at the end? It all falls apart at the end. Right, Claire says, could you suggest a gentle hydrating toner that isn't too expensive, not full of actives, and that just preps skin for moisturizer? Yes, I would. I love the I've lost my moment. The iUnique Galactomyces Rose. It's not a toner, it's more of a serum, but that works really well. Maximum hydration. It's not too expensive. It's not full of actives. It just works alongside everything, and it'll just prep the skin for your moisturizer. One of my absolute favorites. Let's see. What we've got. So, Vivian says, does this mean that ceramides and moisturizer are essentially the same thing? Yeah, pretty much. Unless they're in that very specific formulation of ratios. Yeah, they're pretty much just a form of moisturizer. That's not a bad thing. It's great. What are my favorite ceramides recommendations? Obviously, my own Mad About Skin moisturizer, which actually I included ceramides in there for the purposes of their hydration and the support that they give, not necessarily meaning for them to be in the exact right ratio. So that's definitely something to recommend, and I think that's okay as long as people aren't saying ceramide fused. You know, as long as you're making sure the claims match what the product will actually do. I do like the Ilium one that I mentioned earlier, though they don't disclose the percentage of ceramides. I really like the Ceramide cream. I think it's super affordable. It's cruelty free. It's a really, really good product. Let's have a look. Stratia Liquid Gold has ceramides in, and that's actually really nicely balanced with the ratio. So Stratia Liquid Gold, also an absolutely game-changing option for you. Guys, you are all so amazing. I from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us. But it's not over yet. We've got today's video to go through, and it's premiered. So I'll be typing as we go through it. It's on the SK2 Essence. You're not going to want to miss this because we all love a good dupe for a luxury skincare product, and there's lots in this video. We're also going to throw in some little bit of shade around some of the dodgy marketing practices as well, because the more informed we are as consumers, the better. So you don't need to do anything whatsoever. You'll automatically move over to that video in about 30 seconds time when I click end. All I will say is if you've been on one of these premieres before, the music's quite loud when it starts. So everybody, take this moment to just turn down your volume. Trust me, your eardrums will thank you for it, because nobody wants that rude awakening. And I'm going to send you all over to today's video. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with me. I love you all so much. See you over there.